Hey, so I'm going to talk a little bit from my new book, Thrive, and just from my personal experience as a healer, therapist, practitioner, whatever you want to call me. And so today I want to talk about my chapter on what is the heart. According to scripture, Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And when we look into what that scripture means, we're literally talking about the subconscious. So we have this idea of, I know my heart, our subconscious is really powerful. And a lot of what I talk in my book is about the subconscious, but I want to talk a little more literally about your physical heart today. Your heart is an organ. You have an energy center around your heart. Your heart produces literally thousands of times more and stronger energy than your brain. The problem is, in America, we have been raised to shut our heart off, to close our heart down. We've been told emotions aren't important, they don't matter. In America, we have substituted intellectual, or what I call brain intimacy, for true heart intimacy. Not 100% because we chose to do that, but mostly because from an early age we got disconnected from our hearts because our families couldn't help us learn how to connect to our emotions and process our emotions. Hurtful things happened to us, and so we literally put walls or blockages in front of our heart to not trust people, not be vulnerable, not truly connect on a heart level. If you've ever been truly in your heart, it's an amazingly strong energy, and it can also feel overwhelming. And if I take the risk to be in my heart and let my walls down, I might get betrayed, I might get rejected, and then that hurt will feel so much greater if my walls are down and I'm trusting. The problem is that, one, we don't always know we have these walls up because they occurred over a period of time in our life, little by little, or we've done it so long our whole life we don't actually know what it feels like to feel. We are the most addicted, depressed, anxious, and sick. Heart disease is one of the highest leading causes of death in America, and there's other reasons for that. But I believe one of the reasons in the US is because our hearts are so disconnected and shut down. We have been taught to stuff our emotions, stuff our emotions. If we understand emotions as energy and thoughts as energy, which according to quantum physics it says they are, because we're made up of energy, so everything's energy, then everything we hold in that's negative, we're literally creating these walls around our heart. And so what it does is it might keep us safe from getting our feelings hurt, but it also keeps us from truly connecting on a heart level with other people. And that's how we were designed. God designed us for a relationship. This can be satisfying because there is an intellectual connection. We can have things in common. We can have senses of humor. And those things are good, but they don't meet the need of our deep heart needs of love and acceptance and approval. They go deeper than just that common thread or common bond. And so we substitute. We have one of the highest addictions of porn in the world in the US. Child trafficking is a huge issue. And they're not necessarily the same. Trafficking is trafficking, porn is porn, but child porn is different than adult porn. But the idea of objectifying another human being for my pleasure is a manifestation of this lack of heart connection we have. If I can truly use somebody else for my satisfaction, it means I have no ability to feel what they are going through in that moment. I'm completely disconnected from my heart and my conscience. And that is rampant in our country. And that started, the husband or the wife that can lie and cheat on their spouse and having an affair or using drugs is because in that moment they are disconnected from their heart, from their emotions. If I'm truly present to those things, connected and feeling, then it would be unbearable for me to violate my conscience to that degree. And once we begin to do that, it begins easier and easier. So my passion, my heart is to see people release those walls, release those hurts. The better solution is to develop what we call emotional maturity. So what emotional maturity says is, I might get betrayed, but I have learned how to feel, process, and release emotions. I have an overall sense of good self-esteem and well-being that if somebody betrays me, it will hurt, I will be able to process it and release it quickly so that it's worth the investment of opening my heart again. So please take this to heed today. This is so, so important. And there's nothing more powerful than feeling connected to the Lord with our heart connections, because He's real and we can connect to Him in our heart. And that's an unbelievable, unbelievable experience. And then to connect to other people with that heart energy, it's the most amazing feeling you can have. And there's no counterfeit for that. We can't substitute that feeling with any other thing. And again, even with divorce, one of the reasons divorce is so high is because people went into marriages without really good ability to connect on a heart level, or ability to process hurt and process negative emotions, so that they just gradually put up walls with their spouse until they wake up one day and go, I don't even like you, much less love you. And that's what happens, and it's nobody's fault. It's just a lack of emotional maturity and health to actually feel and process emotions. So get out there and feel, learn how to feel, start to release hurt, and get rid of any lies that say you're weak if you feel, emotions are unnecessary and unimportant. We're not robots. We're human beings, and that requires us to feel to fully engage in our humanity. So I hope you buy my book. It's also on Kindle, and look for when it's going to be on sale, and check it out then.